Hello, my name is Brianna Jones. I'll be your
Hi.
social worker here at the University Counseling Center.
Okay.
And your name is?
Shannon Parker.
Okay, Shannon. So before we begin, let me just give you a small overview. What we do here is we discuss any personal or emotional difficulties you may be facing, also educational needs that you need help with to build your skills in the classroom.
Okay.
So according to the Counseling Center's policy, anything we talk about here will stay here unless you give me written permission to release your information. But if by any chance you're considering harming yourself or others, I will have to report it to authorities.
Okay.
So can you just sign here for me?
Okay.
Thank you.
Mhm.
Okay. So before we begin, do you have any questions?
Um, I'm confused about why I was referred here. Um, I don't know. I'm confused.
Okay. Um, Before we begin, just let me know if you have any comments, concerns, or anything. Just feel free to stop me.
Okay.
So first off, how are you feeling today?
I could feel better. Just a little stressed out. Yeah.
Um, I see that you were referred here by your instructor saying that there's a change in your demeanor and your test grades.
Mhm.
So can you tell me a little bit about that?
Um, I just don't be feeling like doing anything. Like I just get tired. Yeah, I'll come to class, but if I feel like what he's saying is boring, I just, probably get on my phone or try to doze off or something. Um, I don't know. I guess just the whole grades, because I've been stressed out.
Okay. So before we get into that, can you tell me a little bit about yourself?
Okay. Well, I'm 21. I'm from Charlotte, North Carolina. I am very close to my family. Me and my biological father, he doesn't live with me. He lives in another state, but our relationship could be better, but it's all right. Um, I have a dog. Her name's Honey. Um, I'm in a choir at school. I'm a biology major. Supposed to be. I believe I'm still a senior. I don't know. I guess it depends on my grades. And I have a job. I work at Walmart.
Okay, sounds good. Um, so as you were referred by your teacher, how did that make you feel?
It just made me feel confused because, like, yeah, he'll speak to me or whatever. Like, that's a regular, but I guess it just seemed like he was just doing it often. I guess to see it change in me or something like that. But I feel like if he was concerned about something, he could have asked me. But instead, he went out his way to talk to you guys. So I guess he's thinking, me coming here is supposed to help. So that's why I'm here.
Okay, and when do you think this all started? When you started performing poorly with your grades?
Um, After the breakup with me and my boyfriend,
Okay, and when did you guys break up?
like 2 weeks ago.
Okay, and how did that make you feel? What was the cause of that?
I don't know. He was just like, "Oh, it's not you, it's me." We were together for like 2 years. If there was an issue, should have said something before, but I didn't do anything. So I don't know. I'm confused.
Okay, and have you spoken to him since then?
Mm.
No? Okay, so tell me what your daily schedule is like.
It's kind of busy. Um, Biology, we also have an internship Monday, Wednesday, Friday from 8 to 4.
Mm-hmm.
Then Tuesday and Thursday, I think I have like 3 classes. I also I take my the choir as a class.
Okay.
And then whenever I get free time, like Walmart knows that I'm in school, so they're flexible with my schedule.
good. So, do you live on campus, off campus?
I live off campus.
Okay. So, how do you like that?
I like it, but now it's kind of hard because I was living with my boyfriend, and since we broke up, he moved out, and he was paying half of the rent. So now I have to pay all of it or look for a roommate. So to see if they could stay with me and pay half of the rent. So that's that's the only downfall. I mean, I like my place, has all amenities and is furnished, but it's just hard because there's no room for me to get another job. Um, I don't know if there's a place where they would help me out or anything, but I just need to make ends meet.
Okay. And you never thought about moving back on campus?
Mm, no, I don't like. It's just so many younger people on campus. Like I feel like they're just irritating me. Like the I hear that freshmen are in like upperclassmen dorms and they're just being all loud and stuff like that. Like I don't have time for that. Especially I'm a biology major. I need to study. I just need to get my stuff done. But I mean, I feel like off campus, just feel independent. Yeah.
Have you ever thought about looking for a roommate?
Yeah, I started thinking about it. Um, like, what am I supposed to do? Put it on like Facebook, Instagram. Like, I don't know what I'm supposed to, how to go about that. But I need to look for a roommate.
Okay. We can definitely work on that. So, can you tell me how all this started with your boyfriend? Did you guys argue a lot or?
Mm-mm. Um, our relationship was fine. Um, I really don't know what happened. I don't know if you know he started seeing somebody else or there was something that I wasn't doing. I don't know. We've been in this relationship for 2 years and all of a sudden, oh, it's not you, it's me. I still love you, but we can't be together. So I don't know. My family loved him, everybody, but it's like there's nothing I could do now because it's over with.
What about relationships with friends?
Um, I it's gotten, I guess, different since the whole breakup situation. Like, me and my friends used to hang out all the time. And I guess towards the decline, after the breakup, um, I've been, I guess, associating myself with more of the rowdy type people, go out party, drinking, all that. So I guess I've distanced myself from the good friends, I guess. So yeah.
So, in the middle of all this stress, how do you deal with it?
I drink alcohol. I just go out with them, drink. I just feel like, it's a relief of stress. Just stop me thinking from all, the whole breakup and the grades and everything. I just, drink, I guess.
Have you talked to your parents about it?
Mm, I mean, sort of, but, they just know that they know it wasn't my fault or anything, but um, I told my mom, I start, drinking a little bit, and she was like, well, you shouldn't, just consume yourself with all that because, it gives you, bad health and things like that. But I told her, I was like, well, I'll deal with it, whatever.
So, what's the relationship like with your dad, your
Well,
biological father?
mm, he's never really been there for real. Like, yet he's been there and then he hasn't. Like when I was born, I guess it's just my parents never were married. So the fact that he was like a cheater or whatever. I never really liked that about my father, and that's a hard thing for me to like, forgive. So I mean, now that I don't live with him, so my stepdad has always been there. So mm I mean, I try to talk to him just to show him that I haven't like gave up on him, but I still feel like he needs to show me more.
And the relationship with your stepfather was good?
That's great.
Okay. So, any siblings?
No.
Okay. So, from what you told me so far, I've created an eco map.
Okay.
Do you know what that is?
Mm-mm.
It's basically a system of yourself, what goes on in your life.
Okay.
So, looks like you have a distant relationship with your friends, like you explained, and your relationship with your boyfriend. That's very rocky right now.
Yeah.
Financial struggle, trying to make ends meet with your living arrangements,
Yeah.
and as well as school.
Yeah.
So, do you have any connection with the church? I know that you're in the choir, but do you have any other connection?
I have a church back at home, so
Okay.
like if I go home or whatever, I'll go to church. If not, when I'm with the choir, when we sing, we go to different churches, and if there's a preacher, I get my word that way.
How does that make you feel going to church? You like it?
I like it a lot.
So, looking at this eco map, do you think everything is accurate? Do you want to add anything to it?
Well, I have been having like frustrations, like I guess sexual wise. I mean, our relationship wasn't based off of sex, but it was there, and I guess now I don't know. I guess it's called withdrawal or something, and I try to figure out, am I supposed to like just keep to myself, or if somebody come to me, approach me, am I supposed to give it up? Like, so I'm just real frustrated. I don't know, but I know I'm not supposed to give my body to everybody else. So it's just a matter of like, wow, that's something that I guess was very strong in my relationship that really shouldn't have been that strong. So yeah.
So, with that being said, you having sexual frustrations, um, that doesn't make you feel too good. And can you elaborate on that a little bit?
It's just, I don't know, I'm just so confused at why, we're not together anymore. And it's like, was I doing something wrong, or like I don't know. And I guess that was really something strong in a relationship. And I guess I was solely, dependent on that. And now that I don't have it, it's like, wow, that's really crazy that that was something so strong in a relationship.
Do you see yourself being back with him, or
Mm-mm.
no?
No.
Do you think you're better off without him?
I think I should be by myself for a while, get myself together. I don't need to be thinking about him all the time and how he hurt me. I just need to be on my own for a little.
And by hurt, do you mean by just up and leaving, telling you that it's over?
Yeah.
All right. So, back to the living arrangements. What do you think we can do for that? What would you like to be done? You said you can't pick up another job. So, how do you think you can make ends meet?
I guess look for a roommate. And I know they have like work study on campus, so maybe like they could work with my schedule or something, so I could make some type of money or something. I need to have the money coming in, because I know I can't do it on my own with just one job. So I guess the whole either a roommate or the job on campus.
Okay. Tell me about your life plan. What do you see yourself doing in the next 5, 10 years?
Um, I think I want to teach biology to like high school. Yeah.
Okay. And what about things you would like to establish now?
Um, I want to graduate. Um, I just want to be stable. Um, I just want to be okay. Like, just, I just want to be okay.
And with this stress that's occurring, you said you're starting to drink. What about your sleeping patterns?
It's not good. I know I don't get 8 hours of sleep. I just get tired, and if I drink too much, I'll get headaches, and they're really crazy. But I'll take some ibuprofen or some Advil or whatever. But when I try to go to sleep, if I can't really fall asleep or whatever, there's this medicine called melatonin, and I'll take that, and it'll help me go to sleep. But it's just off and on, and I guess it's just with me stressing and just going out a lot. So that's probably it.
I've also read that when you sleep, you have bad dreams. Can you tell me about that?
Um, I just like the dream is like I'm like in some place. I don't know where I am, and I'm looking around, and then all of a sudden I see my ex boyfriend, and he's just like running at me, and I don't know why. So I just keep running and running and running, and then there's nowhere. It's like nowhere, like no any place. It's like the ladder or something like that. But then all of a sudden, there's nothing else, and I feel like I fall, and then that's when I wake up. So I don't know what's that. What does that mean?
Do you think this could be why you don't really want to sleep? Have trouble sleeping? Getting enough sleep?
Mm, Probably because I don't want to have the same dream, over and over again. That's why when I take the melatonin, I hope, I think that it'll try to help me from like just getting into a deep sleep where it won't occur. Because if I just try to sleep on my own, I feel like that's when the dream will keep reoccurring.
Okay, so now let's talk about some difficulties that you like to address and work on.
Okay. Um, well, I guess I like to, do better with my grades
Mm-hmm.
because I want to graduate. I want to become a biology teacher. So that's a start. I guess I can, slow down on the drinking so I can be more focused and getting enough sleep. Um, I want to be able to, you know, find either a job or a roommate to make ends meet so I won't be struggling, with rent or anything like that. Um, yeah, I think and just focus on me. Yeah.
Have you thought about asking your parents for money to help you pay rent?
No, because I feel like I've been their child for 21 years. I feel like they shouldn't really have to help me. This is supposed to be me finding myself and me supposed to provide for myself. I understand, the parents will always be there for you, but I don't know. I just want to show them that I can do it.
Okay. So you don't think you'll reach out?
I mean, I could try, but I just rather try to find, the resources on my own.
Okay. All right. So far, let's start off with grades. Um, the classes that you're in, are they difficult or not really, or it's
Mm,
just the stress that's affecting it?
I think it's just the stress, because I've done better in the past. So I feel like it's just the stress taking a toll on me, and I'm not focusing and I'm not listening to everything that the professor is talking about. So I miss things. Um, I don't feel like I need a tutor or anything because I know my work. I just need to be more focused and stop thinking about other things.
Mm-hmm. And your studying habits?
Just, well, they're not great right now. With me just going out and not feeling like doing anything for real. Um, that should be something that I need to work on. Um, I mean, maybe somebody can help me, get on track with like a time for studying, or what would be a better time for me to study.
Okay. What's your actual schedule right now?
Well, I Monday, Wednesday, Friday, like I said, my internship from 8 to 4. Um, Tuesday and Thursday, I have I think I have my bio lab at 9:40 to 11:10. Then 11:20 to 12:50 on Tuesday and Thursday. I have my lecture. Um, then I'm trying to think what else I have after that. I'm taking a what elective? A Spanish elective,
Mm-hmm.
and that's at 2:40 to 4:10. And then my choir rehearsal, that's at 6 o'clock
Okay.
until he tell us to stop. Yeah.
So, looks like you have a busy schedule.
Yeah.
So usually with this schedule, when everything was on track, what was your usual study time?
Um. After after my internship, after 4 or whatever, I'll probably take a nap, and
Mm-hmm.
then I'll study after that. Um, and sometimes the practice doesn't let out too late on on Tuesday and Thursday at 6. Then I'll study then. Yeah.
So, um, what about attendance for class?
Um, I'm not. I'll go to class, but sometimes I get there late. Because of the whole, not sleeping or not getting enough sleep. So I'll like kind of be rushing or whatever. So I'll get late. I'll late a little bit, but not that bad with attendance.
And when before all this, what your sleeping patterns were? What time did you usually go to bed?
Well, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, I'll go to bed early, but Tuesday and Thursday, since I'm rehearsal, it just depends on what time I get out. Like normally, I'll eat before rehearsal, but after I've done all them singing and everything, like I'll get hungry again, so I'll probably like eat late, and then I'll try to go to sleep.
Okay. So with that being said, you say you want to work on your grades, get them back up to where they need to be. So we need to figure out a plan to make sure that you're on time for class. You know, making sure that you go to bed at a decent time, and figure out a study time. So, like you said, your previous schedule. Let's try and get back on that track.
Right.
So let's maybe start studying around maybe 5:30,
Okay.
and showing up to class on time, getting up at a decent hour. Maybe your Tuesday and Thursday 9:40, maybe around like maybe 8 o'clock.
Mhm.
making sure that you get enough rest for that.
Yeah.
And sleeping patterns, you know, make sure you go to bed at a decent time.
Yeah.
On Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, you say you go to sleep at a decent time to wake up early. But with this stress, how is that affecting you getting up early and going to this internship?
I'm tired. I'm really tired. I don't. I just feel like I don't get enough sleep.
Do you think it affects the way you're interacting with others at the internship?
Maybe a little bit, not too much, but maybe a little bit. Like I'm probably cranky in the mornings, but after I like probably drink some coffee or eat a small something, then I'll be alright.
Okay. All right. So grades is one. The semester for you, it's almost over. So let's think about planning this for next semester.
Okay.
So next semester, it'll be a little different. So let's get back on the sleep track. Getting a good night's sleep, maybe eating something, and studying at the right time. Giving you enough time to get all your work in,
Mm-hmm.
um, homework, things like that, and that can start as soon as possible.
Okay.
So, do you think with the remainder of the semester that we have left, do you think you can pick that up?
I can try.
Okay. All right, let's work on that. And we figured out sleep patterns. Um, a job. Let's think about work study. What do you think about that?
That's fine.
Okay. So maybe let's talk to whoever's in charge of work study. Maybe you could set an appointment, talk to them, tell them your situation.
Okay.
And as far as living arrangements, I know that's difficult for you, trying to pay rent by yourself now.
Yeah.
So maybe would you ever consider living with friends? Maybe.
Yeah, that wouldn't be bad because then it wouldn't just be me trying to pay the money and then we could all like share different things or switch off with different duties in the house or whatever.
And even if you don't find a potential friend that you would like to room with, um, there's also other ways you can go about doing that. Maybe putting it out on maybe like a social media network, or you could put it up in dorms, maybe different areas. Um, and, if anybody's interested, get to know them a little bit so you know who you're potentially living with.
Okay.
I think that'll work out good for you. And as far as focusing on yourself, what would you like to do with that?
I guess I should find a church here since I'm not in North Carolina. I could find a church here to ground me back to who I'm really supposed to be, and I guess just hanging out with my right friends and just going to the movies or something, just to keep me out of that bad environment.
And as far as talking to the negative friends that you were around, do you still communicate with them?
Sort of, kind of, but not really.
Okay. And as far as your positive friends that you were around, do you?
I tried to talk to them, but they're still giving me verbal encouragement, telling me that it's going to be okay. We're here for you. They don't want me to just. They don't want me to be in a bad place. So they're still there for me.
Okay. Well, yeah, I think that maybe you should reach out to the positive friends. Maybe they could help in the time of need that you're in. Take your mind off things and even uplift you in this time because I know that's very hard for you to deal all this at one time. So next is our action plan. Basically, we talked about getting your grades back on track, getting up for class and getting there on time, um, studying at night, looking for a roommate, maybe getting another job, on campus somewhere to help you with your other jobs to make ends meet, and pretty much just focus on yourself. Let go of all the extra baggage that may be hurting you or stopping you from bettering yourself.
Right.
So we could definitely work on that. And how's everything sound to you so far? Anything you want to add?
No, that sounds fun.
Okay. So, with that being said, I think everything sounds pretty good so far. I just want to do one more exercise with you, and that is your genogram.
Okay.
Okay. So, grandparents.
And my
Do you have-
grandmother is still here. Yes.
Okay. And what's the relationship like between family members?
Well, we're all close. My grandmother, I stayed with her all up into high school. And we're like inseparable. Um, then I have an uncle.
Mm-hmm. Was your grandmother ever married or anything?
She was married, but my grandfather passed away when I was, I think, 2.
Okay.
Yeah.
What was their relationship like, or so you've heard about?
It was good. I think one time, like, he was, I guess, cheating on her, talking to somebody else. But she found out because the girl called the house, and she told the girl, she said, "Don't ever call here again because he's married," you know. But they were married first before she had her kids, and he's from Palestine,
Mm-hmm.
and he's also Jewish, and he became a citizen of the United States, I think, 1966, and I think that's around the time my uncle was born.
Okay. So
They had 3 kids.
Okay.
I think she was supposed to have 4, but one passed away. So yeah, it's 3.
Okay. So you have an uncle.
Mhm. And I have another uncle, but
Mm-hmm.
I guess I seen him when I was a little girl, but he lives in California, so I rarely see him. I speak to him on the phone maybe, holidays, and then it's my mom.
Okay. And
Her name's Jackie.
okay.
Fred and David.
Okay. So now, and this is your mom's side.
Mhm.
So any of them have any children?
Yes, my uncle David has 2 kids. He has a daughter and a son, but
Okay.
they're by 2 different women.
Okay. And do you know what their relationship is like?
Yeah, the daughter lives in, where does she stay? She stays in Illinois. She is 24. She's 24.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they text each other and send pictures, but he hasn't seen her probably for, let's say, maybe 4 years in person. Yeah. And with his son, his name is David, and he's named by his dad, and he's 13, and he just recently got back in my uncle's life. Um, my cousin's mother took him away, and during the time of my cousin being taken away, my uncle went to jail because of child support, which was kind of weird because my cousin lived with us up until he was 7, and my uncle did anything he could, to pay for anything. He made ends meet with his son. I don't know, you know, what happened between him and my cousin's mom, but it is what it is. Um, so he came back to the area maybe 6 months ago. So
Okay.
it's getting better, being that my uncle's out of jail and he still has to pay child support, but just my cousin being there with his dad, being able to see him, I think that's better.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, and his daughter's name is Michelle.
Um. Okay. So, what about your uncle? Right.
And he doesn't have any kids.
Not
Not
married.
that I know of.
And let's talk about your dad's side.
Okay. So my father, like I said, my father and my mother never got married, but I'm the only child, so he doesn't have any kids. Yeah, he's married to my stepmom. Let's see. He he doesn't really know a lot of his family, but I know he has like he had a brother, but he passed away.
Do you know about any like his mom and dad?
Mm-mm.
No.
I've heard like he said things about his mom, but I've never met his mom or his dad.
Okay. Um. Didn't tell you what the name of your mom. Or no. Okay.
Mm-mm.
What's your dad's name?
His name's James.
Okay. And your brother? I mean, his brother.
Hmm. His name is Andy.
Okay. Was that the only?
That's the only one I know about.
Okay. And at what age?
Mm. I don't remember, but I know he loved me a lot. I used to visit his house.
Mm-hmm.
I know I was probably around. Mm, I think I'm trying to think about in elementary or what, but I know he gave me bonds. He had a couple of bonds that he had, gave to me. Um, but he was nice, man, very nice. But I don't remember what age he passed away.
Okay. All right. And that's all you know about your mother's. What about your stepfather's
Yeah,
family?
my stepdad has. I'm his only child. He doesn't have any children. He had an ex-wife.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I met his dad. Um, he is a veteran in the army,
Mm-hmm.
but um, he stayed at the VA medical center, and he passed away. I know it was the month of November. I know it was before my birthday, but I was. I think I know I was in high school when he passed away.
And
Um,
what's his name?
oh my goodness. Oh, his name. I think his name was the same thing as my dad. His name was Willie.
Okay.
Yeah. And my stepdad's mom. Her name is. Darn, I'm trying to think. Her name is Jewel.
Okay.
Um, but she does not like our family. She doesn't like my mom. She doesn't like me. I remember the day my mom and my stepdad got married. We went over to her house after the reception, and I was happy. I was just really happy, and I was like, "Hi, you're my grandmother now." And she looked at me, and she took my cousin that was my dad's nephew. She took him and said, "Oh, come on, Julian. I'm gonna show you some pictures." And he said, but I already seen these. And then she said, well, come on. So she really doesn't care for us. She's very religious, but her religious, her whole spiritual, I don't know. She believes in God, but is I guess she's very old school. And she used to send me tapes, like her preaching on them and telling me what I need to do, this, that, and that. She don't like us.
So with her doing all of that, how does it make you and the rest of the family feel now?
Terrible. Yeah, I feel like, we didn't do anything to hurt her or my stepdad. My stepdad's doing fine. It's his decision, not hers. And I just don't understand, why she would feel that type of way about us. But I mean, we're not going to be rude. She comes to the house, we'll speak, but after we speak, we'll go to another room and let them talk. It makes me feel very weird because I love family. Family is very important to me, and being that I'm so close to my biological, my mom's mother, why can't we be close? But life goes on, so it is what it is.
Okay. So now, your stepfather's name is
Willie.
Does he have any other siblings?
He has a brother, and he has two sisters.
Okay. Do you know
I mean, his sister name is Bernadine, and Carlos, and then the brother's name is Terrence.
Okay. And do they have any children?
Bernadine has two girls. Carlos has one girl, and Terrence, I think he has five. He has 5 kids. Four. I think it's 4. 3 girls and 1 boy. Yeah.
Okay. And what's your relationship like with them?
Well, with Carlos, it was good up until a certain point. I don't know what happened. As I spoke about my cousin Julian, my dad's nephew, we are like brother and sister. And one day, I spent the night over the house or whatever, and he used to always spend the night over my house. Then one day, she has said, "Oh, so she said, oh, so shouldn't you go home?" And I said, "No, I'm spending the night." And she was like, "Oh, well, you don't need to spend the night in there because you don't need to be sleeping with him." And I said, I'm not sleeping with him. This is a bunk bed. He's on the bottom bunk. I'm on the top." She started going off saying, "You're a sinner and this is that and the third." So my cousin stood up for me and she was saying, "What would your boyfriend think?" And I was like, my boyfriend knows that this is my cousin and nothing like that would ever happen. So, I mean, now that I see her, I don't even call her my aunt anymore. I just say, "Hi, how you doing?" I mean, I speak to her, but it's not the same. His other sister, Bernadine, we're cool. I speak to her. She'll ask me how I'm doing. And his brother Terrence, he stays in Colorado Springs. So anytime he'll come down, I'll spend time with him. And his daughter Melina, she has a son now. But I speak to them. But other than that, everything's okay besides the mom and her, the daughter.
And what's the relationship like between your mom and your biological father?
Um, they speak. Like it's not like, oh, my dad will call her on the cell phone. Hey, how you doing, Jackie? She, like if he comes to, you know, pick me up or come see me, he'll speak. Or if I'm talking to him on the phone, he'll ask how they're doing. But other than that, there's nothing. Like she's still upset at the fact that um, he only paid $316 for child support. Like she thought that that was ridiculous. Like there should be more coming in. I know one time he came by and he took her parking space and she was heated. She said, "What? Why are you doing taking my parking space?" Da, 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 da. And I was like, "Mom, just calm down." Maybe he didn't know you could just park outside the house. I understand this is your house, but I mean they speak, but it's not like.
Were they ever married?
Mm-mm.
Okay. That. So, looks like we covered pretty much everything. Um, we set the goals, talked about family dynamics,
Okay.
the situations you were going through, school, sleep patterns, roommate, looking for a roommate, um, trying to pick up another job maybe, and just focusing on being a better person. I think you have the potential to do it. Seems like you're a very good, strong person. So, we can meet again. I hope you feel comfortable enough talking to me. Um, and as far as drinking, do you think that's another issue that we need
Um, I think that it's not really a problem where I can see myself going crazy like an alcoholic or something. I think that the drinking was just because I just needed to feel relaxed because of the breakup. So I really feel like that I could control the situation. That's why I said I'll just be, solely to my friends that I know have my back.
to? Okay, that sounds like a great idea. So, the drinking isn't happening.
No.
All right. So, um, since we have decided on the goals that you set for yourself, we can work on those steps to achieving them. So, do you have any feedback about the session?
Um, I think you were, very helpful. You made me realize that I need to, focus on myself and not think about, all the negative things that's going on in my life. Um, I guess now I feel like it was a good thing that my teacher did refer me here to the counseling center. Um, and I guess if any of my friends are going through anything, that I could recommend them to you or anybody, in
Mhm.
this center.
All right. So let's talk about planning again for next week. Let's talk about that. Um, I have your schedule here. So what day do you think would be good for you?
Um,
It looks like you're free on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday.
yeah. What are your office hours?
We open at 9
Mhm.
and we close at 5.
Okay. I guess we can meet for an hour, since I get off at 4. So maybe that will work.
Okay. Yeah, that looks like a good idea. Okay, so we'll be at 4 on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Or would you like to just start off just Monday?
I say Wednesday.
Okay. And we could definitely start on that. So from here on out, we'll just remember the goals that we set. try to sleep pattern, getting good sleep, showing up to class on time, and making sure you're organized with all the assignments that you need to do, and just pick up where you left off.
Okay.
Okay? So that sounds good?
Yes.
All right. Okay, I'll see you next week, okay?
All right. Thank you.